slay me forever. Connected like a tattoo. Just like a tattoo. I'll always have you. Ooh, love's a tattoo. Ooh, just like a tattoo. I'll always have you. Keep my hand in the fire. Won't learn my lesson till I let it burn, but never lose my desire. Had it from the moment that I felt my first love. I knew I'd never get enough of you. I take the risk like I'm bulletproof. Shots in my heart, but it bleeds the truth. A part of every little thing I do, like a tattoo. Just like a tattoo. I'll always have you. Ooh, like a tattoo. Just like a tattoo. I'll always have you.
Hello. Oh, we got some people live already. Thank you for joining. All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome to another BrwnGrlz Collective Book Club. Whether you're joining us live or watching the replay, we are so grateful you have chosen to spend a part of your evening with us. Every month, we come together to grow, learn, and to have meaningful conversations through books and storytelling.
And this month's theme is rest, realign, and what's next. As we reach the halfway point of the year, it's the perfect time to pause and ask ourselves, where are we, where we're headed, and what changes we need to continue to grow.
All right, so tonight's book club features You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and we're also excited to welcome our July author spotlight, Tyler Goring, author of Trusting God Anyway, A Journey to Reconcile Faith and Sexuality. Thank you so much.
And before we get started, I'd like to welcome, oh, you said that already. For those who may not know yet,
Okay.
Would you take a moment to introduce yourself, Ms. Tyler?
Hi there. Yeah, my name is Tyler. I'm a new author, so very new to all the book things. I'm out of California, Sacramento specifically. And I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here.
That verb was killing.
We're looking forward to learning more about your journey later and during our author spotlight segment.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to sharing.
But first, we like to play games here. Are you ready to have a little bit of fun before we get into the book?
Definitely.
All right. So the name of the game is Reset, Realign, or Stay the Same. So choose one of the categories, and I'll go ahead and put this up there. And you'll have 60 seconds to answer as many scenarios as you can. And for each one, tell us, is it time to reset, time to realign, or stay the same? And a brief reason why. All right. So out of these categories, which one are you going for? We have business, faith, community, personal growth, and relationships.
Say personal growth.
Personal growth. All righty then. All righty. So, that's what I forgot to do. The timer. right, so we are about to put that timer on here. What is going on? So, okay, there we go. That is not what I said. That is supposed to be 1 minute.
I thought it said 6 minutes. You did type 6 minutes.
Oh. See, okay. And let's start. All right, so you're comfortable but not challenged.
Reset.
You keep setting goals but rarely finish them.
Realign.
Your routine works, but it doesn't inspire you anymore.
Reset.
You've become someone your younger self would admire, but you still feel stuck.
I'll stay the same.
All right. You're waiting for confidence before making your next move.
Realign.
Okay.
All right. So someone says they want to grow, but their actions never change.
Reset.
The relationship is peaceful, but there's no communication.
Realign.
All right. You've forgiven someone, but you don't trust them. Come on.
Reset.
All right. All right.
Was that the alarm?
I think. And it's loud.
Yeah. We get it. All right. Thank you so much for doing that. So looking back at your answers, do you think your life right now is in a season of resetting, realigning, or staying the same?
Realigning for sure.
All right.
Okay.
And I love that answer. It's always interesting to see how our guest answers these questions that we've asked the community from time to time. And speaking of our community, we're going to just go ahead and get into our next segment, which is choosing our next book club, which you're going to be a part of. But first, we're going to put them on the screen and decide what the choices are.
What's the book choice?
For August. I keep thinking we're in September already. I don't know.
Please no.
Russ.
I'm Ray, and I am part of the BrwnGrlz Collective, and we're here at the Charleston Juneteenth Festival celebrating culture, community, freedom, and conversation. Every month, BrwnGrlz hosts a virtual book club where we explore books that challenge us to think differently, grow intentionally, and to take action in our own lives. So would you mind helping us choose our next book?
Yes.
Okay. So the first option is Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. It's a book about courage, vulnerability, and stepping into leadership with confidence. The second option is Professional Troublemaker. It's a powerful reminder that your voice matters and that growth often begins when you stop letting fear make your decisions. And then the last choice is The Big Stretch. It's a guide to expanding your vision, embracing opportunity, and stepping confidently into your next level. So out of those three books, which one do you think we should read?
Book 3.
I'm gonna just go ahead with the first one.
3.
Option number 2.
Okay.
Professional Troublemaker is very important.
It's a hard pick, but I will say option 2.
The Professional Troublemaker.
You know what? I'm going to stand with her on this one because whenever this goes into play and it needs to be ASAP, I stand with her.
For me, I would say the first one sticks out to me, Dare to Lead, because I just feel like a lot of people have those leadership skills, but they're not confident. We see a lot of people who are confident in leading, but they're not good leaders. So I would say Dare to Lead is my vote.
You know what? I'll do Dare to Lead. I got the same rationale as Akua. Dare to Lead.
I choose Dare to Lead.
All righty. Thank you so much. This has been the BrwnGrlz Collective here at the Charleston Juneteenth Festival, highlighting businesses, conversations, perspectives, and the voices shaping our community. The next chapter begins with you. So if you'd like to support the work we're doing through our interviews, book club, community programming, and experiences like this, visit the link in our bio to donate support or to stay connected with the BrwnGrlz Collective. And make sure you're following the BrwnGrlz Collective for more community, culture, and conversation. See you next time.
All righty, girl. So we have a tie. So before we get into it, like I said, our theme for the month of August is going to be The Next Chapter Begins With You. And so because, we were at the Juneteenth Festival and we went to the community and asked that question, we're now going to ask you.
Okay.
Which book do you think we should read and why?
Dare to Lead. And yeah, I'd say just the leadership part, like it's really important. And I think that, that confidence thing, and I go back to the question that was asked to me, and it's like, yeah, like a lot of people have the good leadership. They just don't know how to step into it. So hopefully that book will help.
Amen to that. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes. So the votes have been counted and our community has chosen. Now we're still giving our community, our social media, the opportunity to vote. So we'll let you guys know by Monday what that option is, as I'm really pushing for professional troublemaker. Like,
I think professional troublemaker would be a good one as well.
Mhm.
But I do like
the dare to lead.
the dare to lead is also because, like, I believe the one group said a lot of people are leaders and aren't confident leaders, or they're leaders and not really sure how to lead. And I think, I mean, if the book is anything like the title, I think that would help both people, both groups. So
we might do a
dope.
double take.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So now that we've, looked ahead for next month, we're going to actually come back to the book that brought us here tonight, which is You're a Badass. All right. So, hey, Dave.
Okay. So this book challenges us to stop doubting ourselves, break free from limiting beliefs, and intentionally create the life we want.
So as you all know, our July theme is Reset, Realign, what's next? So let's jump into tonight's discussion. So we're going to, I'm going to open this up to all of us, right? What's one lesson from You Are a Badass that challenged the way you think? And I'm going to start with you, Miss Tyler.
Yeah, the big message I took was like the resistance is guaranteed. We all have like our own journey and path. However, like don't allow for fear to stop you. And it is easier for others to see your potential. So sometimes surrounding yourself with people who believe in you can really help you to step into like your purpose and potential.
And what about you, Jen?
The main thing that I got from it was not doubting myself, and trying to and making sure I don't procrastinate and just do the thing. Just do the thing. Because a lot of times, just like I'm sure most people, it's not perfect yet, and I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, it's just not right. So just do it. So that was the main thing.
For me, it was this part where she talked about, I don't know. So like, y'all know when I read, sometimes I read and listen to it in the bed, and sometimes I'm on the verge of sleep and awake, but I am still, absorbing the information. But she was talking about how, existence in the universe, of how we brought ourselves to exist in this universe. And then it made me go deeper into thinking on, you're right. Like, even now if we're talking about, the sperm's race to the egg, out of a billion sperm, you decided. And then it made me go
Very
even
strange analogy.
Well, but it made me go even further. Well, we're talking about, in conception,
you're right.
You fought against other people to be here, and why, right? And people talk about that all the time. But then even your universe, you conspired to be here. So if you conspire to be here, all that you want and everything you want, all you have to do is conspire to get it. Right. And so that to me was like the biggest takeaway. I mean, I've taken so much from this book. It's a lot, but to me, that was just, my universal, like, okay, I thought I was this way. Oh, it's about to get 10 times better, because I'm not going to say worse. I'm going to say better, because I'm about to, if I can conspire to be here, that I conspire more for everything that I want. So the author also talks about limiting beliefs. What's a belief that you had to let go of in order to grow? I'm gonna ask you that.
A belief I had to let go of? I don't know if I had a belief I needed to let go of.
I mean, well, your story today was kind of
well, I don't know if I had to let go of a belief for that, though.
Well, I mean, I guess the way you tied. In that aspect, yes. Okay, so let me just tell the story, okay? For those of you who don't know, my dad is a pastor. So I went to church probably a couple of weeks ago, and he did a sermon about tithing. Now, I haven't been tithing, not because I don't want to, but because
I always forget to bring money, or they only have Zelle and I don't have Zelle, or I didn't have Zelle at the time. So, and then I would always forget to go to the ATM before I came to church. So fast forward today, I go up, and my dad was talking about in the sermon, he was talking about, okay, even if you don't tithe, you should be giving in some way. Okay. So if you see someone homeless, or you see if there's somebody in need, you should help them. Okay. So, okay, fast forward today, I get to Walmart, it's the guy outside. He's like, oh, you have some change? I'm like, I don't have any change. I don't carry money. I usually don't have cash. So I go inside, and then I think about the sermon, and then I'm like, okay, I'll see him again. So I go outside, he's outside, and I was like, I don't have any money, but if you want something to eat, I will, buy you something to eat. And he was like, oh yeah, thank you. So we go inside and we get inside. So you haven't eaten anything all day? He's like, no. Well, actually I did eat today, so I don't really need food, but if this is my first time being homeless, so could you buy me a t-shirt? So I'm like, you buy you a t-shirt? That's not a big deal. We go over there by the t-shirts. We're looking at the t-shirts. He was like, and actually, if you don't mind, could you get me some shorts? I'm like, I can get you some shorts. In my mind, I'm like, you can't complain, girl. You ain't been giving no money. You know that? You ain't gave to nothing and did nothing in a minute. So like, just do the thing, right? So we go to the shorts. It's like, oh, well, I don't really want, is it okay if we get these shorts over here? There's some cargo shorts, a little bit more expensive. Not that big of a deal. But the main takeaway is, I mean, I spent probably about $30 today at the store, helping them out. But the main thing was, in my mind, initially, I thought that tithing had to be me giving to the church and giving money to the church. So I had to, even if I don't or didn't set up a Zelle account, but even if I didn't set up that Zelle account, that I should have been still giving in some type of a way. So I guess just rewiring my brain to believe that if I don't tithe, that I'm not doing the right thing. But as long as I'm giving, I'll be fine. So, my dad was actually surprised because he was like, oh, you was actually paying attention. Of course I paid attention. But yeah, just being able to think that, you can give in other ways, even if you're not somebody who goes to church and that's not really your thing, you still should be giving in some type of a way, or is it however you can.
Or 20%?
It at the church is supposed to be 10%. Yes.
Yeah.
But I just think that as long as you give, as long as you give what you can, you shouldn't be giving away like your rent money, or if you don't have it, don't give it. Like if you don't have it to give, don't give. You shouldn't be breaking your pockets or anything like that. But if you can, and you can spare $5 or $30 today, which was in my case, Kevin, then you should, right? He's so worried.
Girl, he is doing a lot. And I'm going to bring that question to you, Tyler. What's one belief that you had to let go of in order to grow?
From reading this book, actually, I was challenged in taking care of myself, because I often will always put others before me, which I don't have a problem with serving others. But sometimes I have nothing left to give. So pouring out from an empty place. So just remembering to take care of myself as well, so I can also give better to others.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I don't know what limiting beliefs I have, because I'm actually a delusional person. So I'd be already believing that I could fly. I have to remember to tell myself, you cannot jump off this balcony.
Please
not for real. Not for real. But if you want to dream about it, because I've been flying in my dreams lately. I don't know that me and ChatGPT been talking about it, but so I don't necessarily feel like I have limited beliefs, but I will speak on this. As I was reading the book, again, I do, this is a disclaimer. Sometimes I read the book when I'm in the bed. Okay. And so I was dozing off a little bit listening. And then it literally said a scenario that had taken place. Right. And what was so crazy about it was correlating to the fact that this was the book that we were actually choosing. or was it? Yeah, no. This was the topic. So reset, realign is a theme, and we were, doing something, and the situation just happened to be this. Like, it just happened to be the situation that you talked about. I'm not going to put it out there because I'm not trying to put anyone out there, but it was crazy. And the chapter is forgive or fester. And I believe that I am a very forgiving person. I do believe that. Like, there are things that might hurt, and I might have to sit with my feelings and my emotions for a minute. But once I've gotten over that feeling and that emotions, I let things go, right? Mm-hmm. But one of the things that they were talking about is like, okay, well, is there a part of me that's still kind of festering over it? And I'm like, even in the forgiveness aspect, and I'm like, maybe, but I don't think so. But maybe, which then said to me, well, maybe you still are. And so it was the part about how you talk to people, and how do you imagine yourself talking to a person in order to...
Interesting.
In order to forgive people fully, like the empathy or that we give to children, because we know that they're only doing their best, is the same thing that we should be giving to other people. Now, to me, I do believe that people know what they're doing, even if they're not aware at the time, but you know what you're doing. Right? Like, and so for me, it's like the difference between a child and an adult is a child is learning what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. But once you get to a certain point, you should know to a degree what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. But then again, people who haven't been in that situation, it is like them being a child. So, it did make me think about it in a different way, in a different light. So,
well, look at that.
Yeah, whatever. That conversation is probably, we'll talk about it later.
So, the next question is, when you hear the words reset, realign, what's next? What do they mean to you? Let's go with you, Tyler. What do you think?
Yeah. For me, reset is kind of like to remove things that are kind of hindering growth. Realign is to kind of refocus on your goals and intentions. And then, sorry, what was the last one?
What's next?
What's next? Yeah. So that's like, just being intentional about going forward is like, what's your next steps? What's your next goal? What's your next, even mindset going forward? So, yeah.
Alrighty. I guess it's on me now.
Okay.
So, reset, like, I feel like, and even just speaking on the situation that happened, and I'm not going to say the situation that happened, because I'm going to let y'all try to figure it out. Go ahead, put the puzzles together.
Okay.
But the situation itself I had to sit back and I had to pause and I had to examine. And then in that examination, I ended up having to realign some things that for, this particular situation, so that one, if the situation happens again, how do I maneuver? And two, how do I prevent this situation from happening again, which caused me to have to realign how things are communicated, how things are done, and, putting things together, which is something I needed to do a long time ago. So it just pushed me to do it. And then what's next is, what that looks like in execution. And so that's literally, I feel like the themes of this month have almost like mirrored some things that happened, even though it might have happened before time, but it gave me some time to process where we are today. And so what about you, girl?
To me, I just feel like it's about not being complacent. Because you kind of have to, these are all like growth, right? Like if you reset, you're not going to reset backwards. You're going to reset forward. So like everything is about growth. So just try not to be stagnant or complacent in what you're already doing, and create the room for you to be able to reset, realign, and figure out what's going to be next. Especially if you're trying to grow or if there's something that you want to achieve.
And so for the next 3 questions, it's just going to be you, Tyler. We're going to ask you in relation to your book a little bit. Now, we're not quite at the author spotlight, but we're getting there. Okay. So your book speaks about trusting God during seasons of uncertainty. How important was faith in helping you reset your life and move into your next chapter?
Yeah, it was super important. It was the grounding factor of it, just to have that foundation and then like build my life on that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And confidence, sorry, because we almost out of about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Confidence often comes after action, not before. Has there ever been a time you acted before you felt completely ready?
Oh, 100%. It's all about, that's what faith is all about, is, just stepping out, even if you can't see the full picture. I've had to several times.
Okay. And one of the biggest messages in You Are a Badass is believing in yourself. So how did writing your testimony strengthen your confidence in your faith?
Yeah, honestly, just taking the journey with God, it made me just dive deeper into my relationship with him. And out of that, learning who I am in him gave me that confidence.
Okay, alrighty. So I want to thank you for discussing the book with us. Now we're moving actually into our author spotlight, so it was kind of like a little smooth transition. Yeah, we one of these little things.
I was about to say we need to start using
it. Can you hear the sound? I don't know. But throughout tonight's discussion, we've had the opportunity to hear Tyler's perspective, but now we want to spend a few moments highlighting her incredible work as this month's author spotlight. So what inspired you to write Trusting God anyway?
Yeah, I came out of like one of the hardest seasons of my life, not really knowing who I was, where God was calling me to, but just knowing that I had to go. And out of that healing season, I really felt it in my heart to share my journey because there's someone else out there who is exactly where I used to be.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry.
All right. And your book also addresses both faith and identity. So what encouraged you to be so open and vulnerable in sharing your story?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot on the line. Like the healing process for me, I didn't feel like I had as much of community at the time. So just providing a source for others so that they know that they're not alone, that was really important to me to provide that.
Nice.
If readers were to walk away with just one message after reading your book, what do you hope that message is?
Yeah, it's to trust God anyway. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter what life looks like, continue to trust God anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And alrighty. And where can everyone purchase your book and stay connected with everything that you're doing?
Yeah, so my books are available on Amazon and on my Instagram. You can stay connected through my Instagram. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, all the things. It's available at the major.coms, Barnes & Noble, and Amazon specifically.
So y'all make sure y'all get her book and follow her and all the things, because I'm interested. I want to definitely.
Because I do have one more question about the book itself, because the title is A Journey to Reconcile Faith and Sexuality. So can you just give us like a brief synopsis of what that what that means, and also how does it end?
No. Yeah, so I can't tell you the ending, but you have to read it to find out. No, but
if this was a book that I could open up, I would go to the end to see if I want to.
So aggravated.
I have to know the end. Tell me I got to end the way I want to end.
Just to give you guys a little something from it, it's really just a journey of my life. I'm taking you through the years of sexual identity and faith and how those things collided and became like a challenge for me. And when God, pressed upon my heart to live differently and just to seek him in my struggles of identity. So that's what it's about. And it's a year's journey. I take you back to my childhood and then to present day.
Nice.
Okay. So how's it end?
She said she's not going to tell you.
You have to get one and read it to find out.
Can you show the book again, please?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, this is the book.
We need to get a copy for our.
So can you do me a favor?
Our bookshelf.
Can you open it so we can see what it looks like?
Don't show her.
With the front, I'll show you what the front.
The second to left.
So, and look, there's a good amount in there. Get through it.
Okay, dang, all right.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Tyler, for sharing your story and spending this evening with the BrwnGrlz Collective community. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Yep, thank you, girl. And to everyone watching, whether you joined us live or catching the replay, thank you for being a part of another meaningful conversation.
Mm-hmm. So if tonight's discussion encouraged you, don't forget to pick up You Are a Badass. Support Tyler by purchasing Trusting God Anyway, and join us next month as we continue growing together through books, storytelling, and community.
Oh, and hey, you guys that just came on or have came on. Oh, look, like, yeah, we kind of late. Hi, you guys. My bad, y'all. My bad.
We was in the zone.
We was in a conversation, but we will, message you guys off of the platform.
Yeah.
But until next time, let's keep building community, celebrating culture, and creating meaningful conversations. We'll see you later, BrwnGrlz Collective Book Club. Thank you so much, Tyler, for joining us.
Bye. Thank you.
Damn.
She gonna go?
Mm-hmm.